Hi, thanks for joining me for Purposeful Inspiration. Our topic for this week is the ripple effect. So, I will start with a story, and it's a real story, it's not made up, it's something that happened in my life. When I was a child, say about 6 or younger, I found we used to, my sister, my brother, and I, we used to live with our grandmother, one of. And one day I found a whiteout, the ones that come in the bottle and they take out the top and you wipe it on whatever you want to white out. So at the time, I didn't know that a whiteout was a whiteout. I thought that it was just the white nail polish that the nail technicians use to get the French tip look. So I wanted to practice doing the French tips. So I went around the house and every furniture that stood on something, on legs, or like the tables and the little side tables, the chairs, I painted the foot of all of them like I was polishing toenails. I was practicing. And I think I got bored at some point, or I just did all the furniture and there was nothing left to do. And I put back down the bottle and I went about my business. Then my grandma came in the house and she saw it. I don't know how, but she realized that everything was painted white. And she came to me and she asked me, "Who did this?" I said, "My sister." I was a panic, because my nose said, "Me go get some lick." All right. Let me, for those who don't speak patois, I knew that I was going to be beaten. And if you are a Jamaican, when your grandmother is going to beat you, it's no small thing, it's no light thing, it's no simple thing, it's serious something. So she got a strap or something, and she beat my sister. Then my sister, in the beating process, said that she wasn't the one who did it. My grandmother came back to me now and asked who did it again. So I saw that my sister got beaten. I didn't want to get beaten, so I said my brother did it. And she went and she beat him too. So now, I'm in a panic mode because we soon get beaten. Then my brother admitted that he was the one who did it. So she came back to me and she asked, "Who did it?" So I admitted that I did it. And I guess she was tired. She must have been tired because I didn't get any beating. But she must have been tired. And she sent me to walk around the house and scrape off every single thing that I had put the white on. So that was my punishment, to remove the white out from the furniture without damaging the furniture. And that's what I did. But the point of the story is that there's a ripple effect in things that we do. And this ripple effect, because I lied, my sister got punishment, my brother was punished, and well, I was the one who did the wrong. So yeah, but because of my lie, other persons had to suffer. And that is what a ripple effect does. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines the ripple effect as a situation in which one event causes a series of other events to happen. So you just need one situation to cause just a series, like a chain reaction. If you picture a water drop or a stone or something dropping in a puddle of water, you can see the ripples rolling, going on, and that is what a ripple effect does in the lives of others. There is also a spiritual ripple effect too. For those we may think that ripple effect just happens in this world or in the human setting where I lied, so my brother and my sister were beaten. No, it happens in the spiritual as well. And it comes from Joshua 6 and 7. And we'll be looking at Achan. So in Joshua 6 and 7, God told the people, the children of Israel, because they were going against nations to fight. So they were in Canaan and they had to fight against the various nations who lived in Canaan because that was the promised land. And so they were going against different nations because they wanted to inherit the promise. They wanted to get the promised land, and they had to conquer these nations. Then the when the children of Israel went up against Jericho, who happened to be the first set of people they fought after they crossed over the Jordan River, God said to them, all right, destroy everything except the gold and the silver and the bronze and the iron. These things will go into the tabernacle, into the treasury, and but leave all everything else. Is I'm putting a curse on them. Everything else, leave them, don't take them up. And after they destroyed the city of Jericho and they killed everybody there, the Bible records that Achan disobeyed God. He took up some garments and he also took some silver and gold. So he basically stole from God as well. So he went and he hid it in his tent. He dug a hole and he hid the things in his tent. But the ripple effect now from his action, the children of Israel went to go against the city of Ai, and it was the second nation that they were fighting against. And the Bible records that they went up because the spies said that we don't need a lot of men, just send up a few men because the people in the city are few and we are able to overthrow them. So they went up. But because of the sin of one man, because he disobeyed God and because he stole from God, God wasn't with them in that fight. And in chapter 7 of Joshua, the Bible records that 36 men, 36 Israelites, innocent men, lost their lives. 36 men died because of the action of one, and they didn't even know what they died for. And when the rest of the people ran back to camp because they had to run away from the city, the people of Ai, Joshua went and he cried and he prayed and he did the sackcloth and ashes thing, ritual, and God said to him, why are you doing this? The issue is that there is sin in the camp. The issue is that someone disobeyed me, someone stole from me. And if we look specifically at Joshua 7 verses 11 and 12, God told him that it is because of the sin of that man why you lost the battle. It is because of the sin of that man why I will not be with you until the curse has been removed, until the problem, the wrong has been corrected. And just like that, an entire nation, the children of Israel, were suffering. And if they persisted, if they wanted to push forward with this man, with the sin that Achan did, and to just overlook it, that would mean that God would leave them. He would not be with them. He would not bless them. And that is what a ripple effect in the negative aspect does. One person, two persons, everybody, a family, a nation will suffer because of the wrong of one. And yes, it looks unfair, but in reality, that is the truth. And I want to say to you, how has the ripple effect been in your life? Have you contributed negatively to a ripple effect in the lives of others, in your family, in your friends, just mere strangers? When you are led to pray with someone, as in God is instructing you to go to them and pray with them, but instead, because we know that prayer is far reaching, we say, no, I'm going to pray for them. And that can have a negative ripple effect, because although we did pray, we still disobeyed God's instruction, and we don't know what being next to that person, praying with that person, would have meant. Sometimes persons are so depressed, they are so sad, they feel so alone. But when somebody is led to pray for them, not only do they remember that God is there with them, they will also see that there is someone there who cares for them. When you are led to give someone an encouragement, but instead you say, no, that person looks okay and they have everything together and they don't look sad or they don't look depressed. They look like life is fine. So I'm not going to say anything. I don't want anybody to say anything rude to me. I don't want to be ashamed. I don't want them to shame me. But for all we know, that person could just be wearing a mask, that everything is fine, my life is okay, yet on the inside they're falling apart. On the inside they're so sad, they're so torn up. On the inside they're just saying, Lord, I need help, I need help. They're asking, Lord, say something to me, speak to me, help me out of this situation. I don't know what to do. I'm losing courage. But instead of giving them the encouragement to say, be strong, hold on, don't give up, we say, no, they don't need it. And the ripple effect of that is that that person may end up losing their way spiritually. They may backslide. Some persons may end up in depression because they had no encouragement to get out of the hole that they were in. And there are so many more. And there's this fallacy that is called the slippery slope fallacy. But I want to go down that slippery slope today with you. What if Moses did not listen to God to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt? After spending 43 years in bondage, what if Moses had refused? What if Joshua had refused to take up the mantle of the second leader, of being the second leader of the tribe of Israel? Then it's possible that the children of Israel would never have attained the promised land. And what if Jesus, the Son of God, had decided that, no, I'm not going to die for everybody because they're wicked? Then you, this entire world would be damned, because we would not have access to receiving salvation. There would be no salvation for us. What if you are disobedient to the instructions of God? What can happen to others? What can happen to you? And the Bible records in Joshua 7 that Achan and his entire family died because of one man's sin. The entire family died. And I'm imagining that there are people who might have known, his family members might have known, that he stole from God and he took up things, he took up the garments that he was supposed to leave because they're cursed. And I'm also picturing that there were others in the family who did not have a clue what Achan did. But the fact remains that the entire family of Achan died. And Achan was from the tribe of Judah. And if you know the people of Israel, all of them are related. So I can just imagine after his death, the people may have been sad, they may have been traumatized because a family member, an entire family died. They may have been mourning because even though he did wrong, he was still a family member. What ripple effect are you causing? Is it a positive one or is it a negative one? What is the result of the actions that you take? What is the result of the decisions that you take to follow or not to follow God. Think about it. And I just want to encourage you, I just want to inspire you today. Be obedient, create positive ripple effects. Be obedient, create positive ripple effects.